Ignition sequence start. All engines up.
They told us space was empty, that we'd seen it all, from mysterious structures on the moon to entire missions that vanished without explanation. These aren't conspiracy theories. These are real discoveries, backed by leaked footage, insider testimony, and documents the government didn't want public. This is what they tried to erase.
On December 21st, 1968, it was the first manned mission to leave Earth's orbit and travel to the moon. Commanded by Frank Borman, James Lovell, and William Anders, they orbited the moon for 20 hours and transmitted live television broadcasts of the lunar surface back to Earth.
NASA has always claimed transparency, but in space exploration, not everything is revealed. Some discoveries were so controversial, so unexplainable, they were locked behind classification. Why? Because they challenge everything we know about physics, biology, and our place in the universe. There's something unsettling, something impossible about what Apollo 16 photographed on the moon. Photo AS16-121-19438 shows what appears to be a massive tower structure rising from the lunar surface. NASA later airbrushed this image in their archives. But here's where things start to turn. UFO whistleblowers claim this wasn't the only structure they found. During the most famous moment in human history, something happened that NASA doesn't want you to know.
It was a Block 1 version of the command module, which at the time was similar enough for the sake of recovery testing to the Block 2 that it didn't matter that this one couldn't go to the moon. The one big difference between this one and flight articles was that in place of the ablative heat shield, Spacecraft 7 had a mock heat shield made of quartz.
For 2 critical minutes, Buzz Aldrin and Neil Armstrong went completely radio silent. Insiders claim they saw structures watching them from the lunar surface. The television audio mysteriously cut during this exact moment. What were they hiding? Mars meteorite ALH-84001, microscopic fossil structures. In 1996, NASA made an announcement that should have changed everything. They had discovered possible life signs in a Mars meteorite. Initially confirmed by NASA scientists, the discovery was later publicly discredited and quietly buried. No follow-up missions were ever launched to similar sites.
At Boca Chica, starships are built via an assembly line whereby ring segments, tanks, and other components are progressively assembled before vertical stacking and integration of the vehicle. This efficient process allows multiple starships to be built simultaneously, allowing quick vehicle testing and iterative refinement of the design when issues are encountered.
And here's where things get even more disturbing. NASA quietly removed related research and halted any Venus missions.
We were smart enough to not say, Houston, there's a light out there that's following us. So technically, it becomes an unidentified flying object.
While Neil and Buzz were on the lunar surface, Neil switched to the medical channel and spoke directly with the chief medical officer, saying, they're here, they're parked on the side of the crater, they're watching us.
In 1991, during a routine shuttle mission, something appeared on the live NASA feed that defied explanation. Astronauts captured a glowing object changing direction in space. The object appeared to accelerate intelligently, responding to some unseen force. NASA immediately cut the feed and labeled it ice particles. But ice particles don't change direction on their own. Hidden in the Sea of Tranquility lies something that shouldn't exist. A perfectly rectangular formation that NASA has never explained. Located near Mare Tranquillitatis, this structure appears artificial. Too perfect to be natural, too large to be human-made. NASA never provided an explanation. The image was later blurred on Google Moon. What were they trying to hide?
In 1957, the Soviet Union launched Sputnik 1. It was the first satellite in Earth's orbit. Or was it? For over 100 years, an unidentified object orbiting the Earth has been seen, heard, and photographed by people all around the world. This object became known as the Black Knight satellite. The signals from the Black Knight satellite have been decoded. And if the translation is correct, it's been watching us for 13,000 years.
Before we launched our first satellites, something was already up there, watching, waiting. Detected by NORAD and photographed by NASA in 1998, this object has been orbiting Earth for decades. Its origin remains unknown. The archive entry was quietly removed from NASA's website. No explanation, no trace.
Brad is off today, but we do have an Astro Extra for you for a little Friday fun. Sunday night, Venus will reach its highest and brightest point in our night sky. NASA says it's going to be a brilliant display. But NASA is also in the planning stages of the Da Vinci mission, which will provide the most comprehensive data yet on the planet closest to Earth that most closely resembles Earth. The most important part of this mission will be sending a probe down to the surface of Venus.
The most terrifying discovery wasn't made by NASA. It was made by the Soviets on Venus. Soviet Venera 13 photographed what appears to be moving objects on the Venus surface. The data was leaked in 1982, then mysteriously lost. NASA quietly removed all related research and halted any future Venus missions. The question is, why? You might be noticing a pattern here. Discovery, confirmation, then sudden silence. This isn't isolated incidents. This is systematic suppression spanning decades of space exploration. Each discovery suggests technology far beyond our current understanding. Technology that could revolutionize everything. But here's what's truly terrifying. If these discoveries are real, everything we know about our place in the universe is wrong. The question isn't whether these discoveries are real. The question is, what else are they hiding? You might be wondering, why hide all this? Some say it's to avoid global panic. Others believe we're being slowly conditioned for a bigger reveal, preparing humanity for truths we're not ready to handle. But here's the truth. These discoveries threaten the power structures behind science, religion, and government. If we knew what was really out there, everything would change. Energy, transportation, our understanding of consciousness itself, so they keep it classified, hidden, erased from history. 7 discoveries, 7 cover-ups, 7 pieces of evidence that we are not alone. The truth is out there, hidden in classified files, buried in archives, erased from history, but it's still there, waiting to be discovered. The question is, are you ready to see it?